Good afternoon, I'm Marty Matthews.
And I'm Heather Van Ness. Dave is off today. Thanks so much for joining us. Deborah LaFave, the middle school teacher who pleaded guilty to having sex with her student, is in trouble with the law once again.
LaFave was arrested earlier this afternoon after violating her probation. 10 News reporter Bo Zimmer joins us live from the Orient Road Jail in Hillsborough County, where Deborah LaFave was released a short time ago. Hi, Bo. What can you tell us?
Well, hi there, Marty and Heather. This all just happened within the last hour. Right around 3 o'clock, Deborah LaFave released, as you said, from here at the Orient Road Jail. She was met outside by her mother, and she was clearly caught off guard by this entire situation. When we asked her about the arrest and why she was arrested, this is what she had to say.
Anything about what happened? I have no idea. You don't know why they picked you up?
We don't have anything to say, ma'am.
Why were you arrested? Again, LaFave appeared clearly caught off guard. I had a chance to actually speak with her briefly one-on-one while she was still inside the jail, and she said she was just as surprised about today's arrest as anyone else. This is a look at her mugshot taken inside the jail during the booking process. Here's what we know about the arrest. Apparently, LaFave was taken into custody after allegedly violating Condition 69 of her probation. Now, she's accused of having contact with a 17-year-old co-worker where she was an employee at Danny Boy's restaurant on Sun City Center Boulevard in Ruskin. She's accused of discussing non-work-related issues such as family problems, friends, high school issues, personal life, boyfriend issues, and also sexual issues with that 17-year-old. Under the conditions of her probation, she was not allowed to have any type of non-work-related discussions with minors. Now, we're expecting to hear a little bit more from LaFave's attorney, John Fitzgibbon, a little bit later on this afternoon, hopefully within the next hour or so. Again, Deborah LaFave, the middle school teacher who made national headlines after she was accused of having sex with one of her middle school students, in trouble once again, apparently this time for violating her probation. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Bo Zimmer for us, thanks. We learned about this story through a viewer email. If you have a news tip or comment, go to tampabase10.com, or you can call 727-577-1010 and press 2 for the news department. All TEL customers dial pound 10, or you can email us at 10news@tampabase10.com.
I'm sure you noticed a really chilly start to the morning.
Yes.
It was kind of nice, wasn't it, Marty? You could
It
just
was refreshing.
open up the windows.
48 degrees for the low in Tampa. Could be very close to that again. Want to show you a this morning.
All right, thanks, Dick.
Well, wicked winter weather is causing some problems in several other parts of the country. In the Pacific Northwest, 2 days of hurricane-force winds and more than 10 inches of rain has left Washington State and Oregon in a state of emergency. Many roads are impassable, power lines are down, and schools and businesses are closed. At least 15 deaths are blamed on the bad weather there. And the storm system is now causing headaches for folks in the Midwest. Up to 6 inches of snow could fall on Chicago just by the end of the day. Travelers at Chicago's O'Hare and Midway airports are bracing for possible delays. We checked with Tampa International, and so far there are no major delays out of the Midwest.
A new study on walkable cities puts Tampa dead last. The Brookings Institute ranked 30 cities on the number of walkable places per capita. Now, at the top of the list, Washington, D.C. with 20 walkable areas. New York actually had the most walkable areas, but came in at number 10 because of its population. In Florida, just the Miami area made it into the top list. In the bottom 10, the Orlando-Kissimmee area, number 24. And again, there we are, the Tampa-St. Pete area, number 30.
There isn't a lot of things happening like in downtown that will make it a reason for you to walk around. I moved here from the Washington, D.C. area, so there are a lot of things happening all the time in downtown that you will go there to walk around.
Put more fun stuff, like amusement park for the kids and things like that. Not much in Tampa at all, not much. And I'm thinking of going back to New York.
The study says young professionals are the drive behind more walkable communities. And if you want to go green, stay married. A Michigan researcher found that married households are more efficient when it comes to water, energy, and land use. The study shows that couples who separate increase utility costs by $7 billion a year. He suggests that if you do divorce, moving in with someone else can cut down on your environmental impact.
A Texas driver is probably going to have to wait a little bit longer before he gets the green light to drive. A car marked student driver slammed into a driver's license office in Houston on Monday. Investigators haven't said who was behind the wheel, though. One of the building's brick walls was damaged. No injuries, though, were reported. And police in North Texas had an unusual chase. Instead of tailing a criminal, they had a kangaroo to catch. Can you see him? You're watching dash cam video of the pursuit. The kangaroo escaped from a veterinarian. Officers finally got a hold of the kangaroo and were able to get him back to the vet.
They're packed up and ready to go. Hundreds of tadpoles are flying from Miami to Puerto Rico today. It's part of an effort to replenish the island's native crested toad population. They will be getting an in-flight meal, romaine lettuce, packed by the Miami Metro Zoo's staff. And talk to get the manatee off the endangered species list is back on the agenda. Florida wildlife officials are scheduled to vote on reclassifying manatees as threatened. The vote has been delayed for several years and could be pushed back again. The manatee has been on the endangered list since about 1979.
Well, it is that time of year when charities ask for donations to help needy families, and maybe you're helping out through your church or your school.
Well, today we have a story about one young boy and his drive to help children who have so little at Christmas. Tampa Bay's 10 News reporter Jennifer Howe has his story.
Sally House just broke ground on a new building to provide more space for children in need. For more information and how you can help, you can visit us online at tampabays10.com. Click on Life Around the Bay on the left-hand side of the homepage.
Good for him.
Just to do something.
He realizes he's so fortunate, but not everyone is.
And you think of all of the toys that a lot of kids have. They don't even play with 90% of them.
I know it.
And they would mean a lot to other kids who have nothing.
That's right. Well, it's not just presidents and celebrities who travel with a security detail. Still ahead on Life on the Bay, $1 million Maltese hiding out right here in the Bay Area.
Interesting.
Yeah. One of the richest animals in the world is hiding out right here in the Bay Area.
Shh, not that we're saying anything about it, though, right?
We're telling you. That's right. Do you remember Leona Helmsley's dog named Trouble? The lucky dog inherited $12 million from the hotel queen. Now all that money is making Trouble the target of death threats and dog napping plots. And all that trouble over Trouble has forced her to hightail it to Sarasota. About 2 months ago, the Maltese arrived in a private jet outfitted with a security detail.
Nice.
And of course, her own alias, Bauble. So Bauble in Trouble. And if you're wondering what it costs to take care of a pampered pooch, $300,000 a year.
Right.
It's a bargain.
That's a bargain. And I'm sure she'll just blend in. You won't see her with the huge security guards
the guy
walking
with the glasses
the dog. Right.
And the bulletproof cars.
We don't want you to think that that's the dog.
Right.
No. Well, you know, not too many people would actually turn down $2 million.
Yeah.
Right? Well, that's just what one Utah man did when he received a check from the state. Jerry Micah was expecting a $15,000 tax refund, but the invoice number was printed as the dollar amount instead. So he admits that he was tempted to deposit the check and then collect the interest before the state asked for the money again, but he did the right thing and he just returned all of the money.
Oh, isn't that a nice guy? They would have caught him anyway.
You know it.
Even in death, there's one hurdle Evel Knievel must overcome, a lawsuit he lost back in 1977. Knievel apparently never paid the $12 million to a PR man he attacked with a baseball bat and broke the man's arm. Knievel's victim, Shelley Saltman, still intends to collect from Knievel's estate and estimates the payout with interest should be about $100 million. Knievel died in Clearwater on Friday, but it's not known if his estate even has that kind of money.
Well, you know, with the writer's strike still ongoing, last night's Late Show kind of dusted off a classic. Take a listen.
Here we go. Great moments in presidential speeches.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
It's the first time we've been back to Texas since our trip to Africa, and you may recall we went through a park in Botswana.
You know, I was surprised yesterday when he just talked about Ronald Reagan, but he didn't end it, you know, with a little Bush soundbite like he usually does. So there it is today. So we had that for you today, just in case you were missing it.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Although some people don't like it.
Yeah, that's true.
But we are liking the weather, even though it's chillier. It's
yeah.
a nice change
a
for
nice
us.
change.